Hi, this is me. This is Santos Barrios. This is the first time I try to record my own videos in English idiom. I would like to apologize if I do some mistakes speaking things in English. I hope my English level could be enough for you to understand myself, okay? So, let's go. This is my first video in English, and I will try to explain what a DPDR disorder is. I personally was a sufferer. I was suffering DPDR for more than 26 years, from April 1988 to the last November 2014. Okay, so I know perfectly all the symptoms related with this dissociation. What is DPDR? DPDR normally comes from a very deep situation of anxiety. So it's very close to anxiety problems. DPDR comes from anxiety, but it's not anxiety. My point of view regarding this disease is that anxiety it's an illness, a neurological illness from itself, just for itself. So treating ourselves about anxiety probably will not be able to disappear the DPDR remaining. So that's a different thing. What another reasons could provoke DPDR? Smoking weed, for example, taking drugs. They are very bad thing, taking drugs. And for example, another reason is to suffer a very strong emotional trauma. For example, the death of a loving relative, the sudden death of a father, of a brother, a very close friend of mine. Another reason to suffer DPDR is, for example, being very, very stressed about academical results. A guy who is always studying to pass his exams, ignoring the information from the real world, from his friends, from his family. No rests, no vacations. So when you maintain this state too much time, no resting well, no sleeping well, always using our logical side, you can fall in DPDR stroke. Another possible reason to suffer DPDR is, for example, sudden changes in your life. It's very usual to suffer DPDR when you move to another country, for example, to settle in a different house with different people, without your family. It could be a trigger to suffer DPDR. And let's explain which are the most important symptoms when you are DPDR. When you are a DPDR state, suddenly, in my case, it came as a stroke. Suddenly, from one moment to the next moment, I suffer all these symptoms simultaneously. First, everything seems more gray. It's a difficult thing, but more gray. I know what were the colors, but they mean nothing to me. They mean anything to me. Nothing to me. Another symptom is flatness. Suddenly the world seems flatter than before. I don't know how, but the thing was that my real world was flatter. Strange. Suddenly I felt very distant from my surroundings, from my friends, from my family, from everything. As if I were divided into egos, in two people. One thinking ego, me, and another one person who was moving my hands, was moving my body, was doing things. The thinking mind and the body mind, we can say, divided. A very, very terrific situation. It could cause panic attacks for many people feeling suddenly in this way. It's awful, as you well know, if you are suffering DPDR. And more symptoms with the hearing sense. It happens the same. It happened the same. My hearing sense was not completely okay. I could understand everything the people can say to me, but there was something missing. My emotional side. I lost of my emotional perspective of the life. I lost my personal history suddenly as well. I lost my preferences in life, my favorite color, my favorite movie, my favorite song. They, from this point in my life, they meant nothing to me. I could remember clearly the name of my favorite movie or of my favorite song, but I was not able to enjoy from that. Can you understand me? Okay. So this is the first video. I would recorded many more. Okay. So I hope you are doing well with my exercises in the blog, and see you tomorrow.